Hi Matt, my name is David Milburn, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 things you can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. I spoke with Lauren in your office and she gave me your name and email address. Most likely you're sitting there asking yourself, why would I be doing this and what's in it for me? Well, my company's goal is to help local small businesses like yours. Oftentimes in the world of the internet, most local small business owners are too busy running their business to learn how the internet can benefit them and their company. Sometimes the only hesitation they have to hiring someone is they don't know who is an expert and who isn't. I've found by giving people an easy blueprint of actual things they can do to impact their business for free has resulted in some of these local business owners raising their hand and saying, I like you, David. Please do this for me. So if by the end of this video you've liked what you've heard and you can see that I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help your business, shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or if at the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan I gave you to do yourself, that works for me too. So now let me show you 3 things that will set your company above your competition and not waste any more of your time or mine. The first thing I want to talk about is content. So this is your site, and all this text, pictures, everything. Well, actually see something on your website you might want to take a bet. I'm not sure that you serve Clarksville, Tennessee, but that's shown up on your website. So anyway, this is content, and Google doesn't automatically know look at your site and automatically know what business to categorize and what it does. They send out robots that read all this content and looking for keywords that people are searching for and all that kind of thing and categorize it and do all that. So we want to make sure that your content, that you have more content in your competition and not just what's on top of your website, but also what's behind it, meta descriptions, meta tags. And actually I saw another thing here that, so it looks like someone actually is working on something here, but anyway, this is what I'm talking about, the meta tags. So if you go to an image and click on Save As, you see what pops up is the name. So again, we've got Clarksville, Tennessee and Louisville, KY, is that's been saved to that. And what I would do if I were you is I would save these images with under as keywords that people are searching for your services in the area. So that's what I'm talking about being behind the website and that. But those images with those keywords saved also shows up in the content when the robots crawl it. So what we've seen over the years is that Google likes to have about 1,000 to 1,500 words of content on your homepage. So these guys over here are your competitors. So I actually did a search here, roofing companies, Louisville, KY, and they show up at the top organic spot. So what we want to do is we want to see what they've done correctly to get to that top spot, and we want to see if we can take some of the ideas that they've done and we can actually put them into your website. So I actually have this cool tool called Ahrefs. I have a paid subscription to this site, and what it does is it gives me sort of behind the scenes, sort of a sneak peek at competitors' websites, their traffic, their keywords, their backlinks, and I'll explain more about backlinks later. But it'll show you actually what your site's ranking for. So this is your site right here, okay, redumbrellarroofing.com, and we can see these are the keywords that are showing up on your site. So 500 Roofers Louisville. There's 500 searches a month. You're in the 92nd position, which is many pages down in Google. So you're not getting any traffic from that. So we look down through here and we see, this is where your ranking is, and here's where you're getting traffic from those keywords. Okay. So again, so we take, we go over here and the same thing for your competitor. Okay, this is HKC Roofing, their website, and we look at their keywords, and we can see the volume of searches, the position they're in, 7th position, that's on the 2nd page, that's on the first page, and the number of clicks that they're getting for those keywords on their site. So what we want to do is we want to take these keywords and get them on your site more times than on the competition site. Okay. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is this. So when you pull up the search, this is again just a search on Google, roofing companies Louisville, KY. We want to talk about this next section, which is called the Google Map Pack. Okay. Or maps, and it lists what that does is lists businesses' name, address, and phone number. And these people list here what we call the big 3, right? That's everybody wants to be there. So you're probably thinking, well, how do I get listed in that big 3? Well, I'm going to explain that. Okay, this has everything to do with these things we call citations. And you're probably saying, what's a citation, right? Well, it's pretty simple, really. It's your business's name, address, and phone number out there on directories like Yahoo, Google Places, Bing, Yelp, Yellow Book, Hot Frog, probably a lot of these places you've already heard of. And it's really important that we get your exact name, phone number, and address as it's listed in Google. And what's this do? Well, it's important, and it's important because it sends trust signals back to Google that you're an actual legit company, not some fly-by-night or somebody that just got started. And by getting out on these directories and having them list your name, address, and phone number, it starts to build up your popularity and your relevance with Google. And if you get enough of them, it starts pushing you into these top 3. And they're really simple to go out there and get. And since you're not in these top 3 spots now, what we do know is that the top 3 nationwide, the average number of citations is 150. So since you're not there, our goal would be to go out there and get not just those 150 citations, but to go out and get 200, 250, and really blow your competition out of the water. That would guarantee moving you up into these top spots and really getting you a lot of traffic and a lot of clicks. So that's the second thing. And the third thing I want to talk about is how do you get to the top of this organic search right here. Okay, so right here, this next thing is what is called the organic search. And if you look at this, any study, it's called search engine optimization, or SEO. And how do you get to the top, right? You want to be there because about 60% of the traffic, they skip the ads, they push right down to this organic search result. So to talk about how you get to this, I go back to my tool called Ahrefs, and it comes down to this what we call backlinks, okay? And so we look at the backlinks. So your backlinks here, you have about your backlinks versus your competition. You have about 170 backlinks now, pointing back to your site, and you're getting about your traffic to your site's about 2 visits a month. So if we go over here again and look at the competition, we look at the backlinks they're getting, and they have 1.9 thousand backlinks, and they're getting traffic of about 1.9 thousand visits a month. So what is a backlink? Well, a backlink, I want you to think of backlinks kind of like a popularity contest back when you were in high school. The way Google looks at this, like a popularity contest, is like if when you were a kid in high school and you got the newest pair of shoes, like the new Air Jordans or something, right? And when you get to school, you walk past the most popular group, and they stop you, right? And they're talking about your shoes, they're pointing at your shoes, about how cool they are, how amazing they are. That's going to raise your popularity, right? So think of every kid who pointed at those shoes as being a backlink online. Every single kid out there. And what that means is we want to get all these websites, all these other popular kids pointing back to you. And if we can get these websites pointing back to you, then your site's going to become more popular. And so right now your competition is more popular. They have 1.9 thousand backlinks. But this works the same way as citations. We don't want to get just the same number. We want to go and get those plus some more. And you're probably asking, well, how do I do that? Again, inside this cool tool, this Ahrefs tool, I can actually just go look and see which backlinks they're getting right here. And this is the backlinks that the competitor is getting. And we can go out and get them for your site. We can actually go out there and work on getting these, building these up, and so your site becomes more popular. So I actually took one of these sites that's linking back to it. I pull it up here just to show you how it works. And we go to this site, okay, and we hit Control F, and we search for the competitor right there, HKC. You can see it shows up 3 times. So we go here, and there's the three times it shows up on that other site's website backlinking to that. When you click on it, you can see it takes us right to the competitor's website, okay? And these are the things that are pushing them to the top. So we talked about 3 things. Site content. Your front page needs to have at least 1,500 words, and it needs to be with the right keywords, that refer to your company, the keywords that are being searched for in our area. We talked about citations. Then most of the top 3 sites have 150 of these. We want to get you more than that, 200, 250 to really beat the competition out by a landslide. And then backlinks, or sometimes called link juice in industry terms. You need more relevant sites pointing at you guys to show Google you're the authority and you're the site that needs to be found for these searches. And if you implement these strategies today, you can be number 1 across Google. So I bet you're wondering, what now? Well, you can either take this information I provided you and go do this on your own, and I'm totally fine with that. However, if you want the most effective route and want to save yourself the time, you could give me a call at 502-554-1482, and we can talk more about how I can help you with this. Once again, my name is David Milburn, and my number is 502-554-1482. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.